Over the years in Minecraft's updates, certain versions have become major hotspots for modded versions. These primary or main modded versions are where the modding community settle into a chosen version of the game to develop and update mods on. Over time, these versions became more populated with mods, mod packs, and other community creations, making them become well-established playgrounds for both modders and players. Numerous versions of Minecraft have become major modding hubs over the game's life. Some are more established, others have dwindled or retired. You may have also heard of the major, definitive, or the silver and golden age mod versions of Minecraft. These are just some other labels for a major modding version. Today I want to explore these major modding versions and investigate some of the qualities that made them popular hotspots for the modding community during their time. But what exactly defines a major mod version? What qualifies as a major mod version isn't a clear-cut answer. Some may say it's determined by how many mods were developed for that version. Others argue it's the circumstances surrounding these versions that played significant impact. For the purpose of this discussion, we'll classify these major modding versions from a few different attributes. First, what mods at the time drove the modding scene forward? Were there any mod packs that gained popularity over the time? What events transpired during the time of these versions, and how did these influence the modding scene? And what was the general population sentiment when playing modded Minecraft at the time? In recent times, the latest game versions used to become major versions for modded Minecraft. The latest versions provide players a mixture of both worlds, with the most up-to-date features, fixes, and quality of life changes from vanilla, as well as experiencing the latest and popular mods at that moment. Newer versions are what newer players are also most familiar with. Outside of gameplay additions and changes, the game's community is mostly active on the most recent updates. Troubleshooting new information or seeing new developments in mods, mod packs, or other community creations are made more aware thanks to the community's general focus around the latest versions. At the time of this video, 1.21.1 and 1.20.1 are the two latest versions of Minecraft, where the modding scene is most concentrated. In addition to offering the latest Trails and Tales and Tricky Trials updates, both versions sees the inclusion of the newest mod loader, NeoForge, offering both modders and players a seamless transition from Forge mods to NeoForge mods, with the premise of driving innovation and a community-rich ecosystem for the future modded landscape. Mods have also advanced greatly over the years, many of which are available in the newest versions. Mods like Sinitra Connector, Distant Horizons, Axiom, and Mine Fortress have been pushing Minecraft modding to the limits, introducing innovative and unique mods to the scene. Many popular mods from the past, including Forestry as the Community Edition, Ender.io, and Roots, have also slowly re-entered the modding scene on the later versions. The latest versions, whilst capitalizing on the game's newest advancements and technologies, could feel rather sparse in mod or mod pack variety, depending on what you're looking for. In contrast to prior versions, newer mod versions have cultivated a sense of version hustling and FOMO. In addition, the abundance of mod loaders is a prevalent issue with modding on the latest versions. Despite the modding community's efforts in reunifying the modding scene together, this will take time to amend. Either way, the latest versions boast a vibrant modding community, all while remaining familiar to players who play the latest vanilla updates. Outside the latest versions, other game versions have become major spots for modding. Some are still active today. 1.19.2 would be the next closest update for a major modding scene. Mods in this version could take advantage of the newest features from the Wild update. The ever-growing list of abandoned or outvoted game concepts had become an incentive for many modders to bring these into the fold for players to enjoy. Some modders also sought to revive the features from Minecraft Earth and Minecraft Dungeons, letting players experience all these additions in Java's moddable sandbox environment. The discourse over Minecraft's chat reporting system prompted the No Chat Reports mod to become widely integrated into many players' mod setups. The emergence of mods like Cave Dweller and From the Fog sparked a trend of horror-themed mods and mod packs, which is still ongoing today. Due to some back-end changes in 1.19.4, many mods were split between the two versions. Even though the latter accumulated a decent pool of mods, the technical changes made in the minor updates left many players and modders continuing with 1.19.2. As of now, 1.19.2 still retains some notable players and mods, but is now mostly a version for maintaining mods. The advances made to the world height and world generation made the 1.18.2 update become a hotspot for Minecraft modding. Modders could push modding to new areas with the newly adjusted world height, the overhauled caves and cliffs. Mods like Tectonic, Terralith and Amplified Nether pushed the realm of world generation mods to new heights, both up above and in the depths below. Numerous performance mods have begun cropping the modding platforms since the arrival of Sodium. As a result, this version was roughly the time at which more players migrated towards Sodium and Iris, and incorporating many of these performance mods as opposed to using Optifine. Feed the Beast, Stoneblock 3, Vault Hunters, Dawncraft, Create Astral, All the Mod 7 Into the Sky, Fantasy Minecraft, and many other renowned mod packs had emerged in this version. Although 1.18.2 served as a good stable transition between 1.16 and 1.19, most modders have moved on from the version. The Nether update saw a huge resurgence in the game's popularity, including the modded scene. The renewed direction of Minecraft's updates at the time, paired with the release of the Nether update, played a significant role in steering the direction of Minecraft's modding scene onto a new path, the echoes of which are still being felt today. Such changes made to the Nether saw the dimension see some intense heat from the release of many Nether-themed mods, including the likes of Star Wars Dungeons, Cinderscapes, and Infernal Expansion. Its overhaul even left a mark on the end, with Better End and the Endergetic expansion sparking a huge interest from players and modders wanting to elevate the End to the same level as the Nether. In addition, mods like Create, Farmer's Delight, Occultism, Alex's Mobs, and Terraforged were just some of the major mods in the scene that further revitalized the modding scene at this time, encouraging many others to develop their creations for this version. It was also at this time that Sodium and Iris entered the scene. Over the updates, these two mods triggered the initial shift away from Optifine, later shaking up the core suite of performance mods going forward. 1.16.5 also began the gradual design shift towards vanilla-friendly mods, as more modders took to emulating the Jappa visual style introduced in the Village and Pillage update. These factors, paired with the technical hurdles from modding beyond 1.13, made the Nether update become the first time for the average player to access all the updates from the Aquatic update and onwards in their modded world, offering players with a new suite of mods to delve into. At this point, mods were developed between Forge and Fabric. However, the mod loader Quilt, a fork of Fabric, had made its presence known across the modding scene, scattering the mods across 3 separate mod loaders. Following Mojang's decision to split the Caves and Cliffs update into 2 parts, 1.16.5 remained a major and stable modding version for a couple of years. However, in today's landscape, most modding projects have moved forward. Still, it's hard to deny that the landscape of modern Minecraft changed significantly from both this modding version and Nether update, with a great many mods and mod packs still available to play on this version. Jumping several years before the release of the Nether update, 1.12.2 is regarded as one of the most major versions of modern Minecraft, even compared to others. But why is that? Well, there's a few underlying factors. For starters, 1.12.2 is the last major version of Minecraft to have virtually all the mods developed into a single mod loader, Forge. Though short-lived, 1.13 introduced the Rift mod loader, and the 1.14 update saw the emergence of Fabric. Though initially regarded as a minor mod loader, Fabric's lighter weight framework and faster update times saw the modding scene divide gradually across the 2 mod loaders. This discourse about following one mod loader over the other initially proved confusing to determine which one to use for 1.14. Even disregarding the mod loader debates, 1.13 saw some major technical changes from both the Aquatic update and the Forge mod loader itself. Considering the effort required at that time to port mods to the newer versions, most modders and players remained with the variety and stability of 1.12 and 1.7.10 for the latest modding versions. Knowing that the mods in 1.12.2 and earlier were made under Forge made it all the more easier for not just the installation process, but for maintaining compatibility across mods, allowing them to mostly coexist with few issues. This made it one of the two most significant gaps between major modding versions across Minecraft's updates. Moreover, 1.12.2 was like an in-between of the older and modern versions of modern Minecraft. It lacks all the major updates beyond 1.12, but it maintains a similar gameplay experience with the 1.9 combat, mansions, elytras, and illagers. Whether you prefer the slightly older style of gameplay depends on what version of Minecraft you've played the most. If you're more accustomed to playing newer versions, you may start to find 1.12 feel lacking in quality of life features. 1.12 additionally offers one of the most diverse mod pools to choose from, with mods like Thorncraft 6, Quark, Electroblob's Wizardry, Immersive Vehicles, Ice and Fire, JEI, the Erebus, Vix Modern Warfare, Embers, Scape and Run Parasites, Techtopia, and Between Lands, offering a plethora of mods and mod combinations to seek out. The same is applicable to mod packs, with the likes of Bounds, Stoneblock, Sky Factory 4, Sevtech Ages, MC Eternal, IRLcraft, and countless others producing a modding scene ripe with modding opportunities. Optifine was also the only way to play shaders during this time, which either offers convenience or issues for some. Even after most of the modding scene has moved forward, 1.12.2 has a small but active modding community who continue to play and develop modding creations for this version of Minecraft. 1.7.10 is the next previous major mod version, and like 1.12, was one of the most central versions for modding Minecraft. Its size, mod variety, and popularity was likewise the result of several factors within the modding community at the time that made 1.7.10 the version it was. One of those factors being the complete rewrite to block data and block JSON model systems introduced in 1.8, an update which had a longer development time than prior updates. Like with Update Aquatic's extensive technical changes, 1.8's technical rewrites proved both difficult and time-consuming to port mods over. Add in the controversial combat changes in 1.9 and the minor game updates across 1.10 and 1.11, modders and players mostly remained focused on the 1.7.10 version, which continued growing over the years, even as 1.12 became a focus for Minecraft modding. Modded Let's Plays were a core trend throughout 1.7's release, which only attracted more interest for the modding version, with the likes of Crazycraft, Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved, The Diamond Dimensions, GregTech New Horizons, and many other mod packs garnering much intrigue. 1.7.10 was the origins for many of Minecraft's well-known mods, with the likes of Extra Utilities, Blood Magic, Immersive Engineering, Orespawn, Lord of the Rings, Pyme's Harvestcraft, Fossils and Archaeology, and many more mods sparking a new wave of Minecraft modding. Over time, many modders ported their mods to future Minecraft versions, but even now, 1.7.10 still has a range of some mods that are only available feature complete in this version, including HBM's Nuclear Tech, Hardcore Ender Expansion, Decocraft, and Thorncraft 4. This, alongside 1.7.10's continued modding support for many years, resulted in the version accumulating an enormous library of mods, mod packs, and community creations, offering numerous ways to play modern Minecraft. The version offers some of the most variety in modding playthroughs, though some players may find the simpler gameplay and lack of vanilla features from later versions both rigid and clunky. Although most of the modding scene has moved on, the fact that 1.7.10 still has a dedicated and niche modding community 10 years after its release is a true testament to the version's impact on the modding community. Needless to say, 1.7 was the update that changed the world and the modding scene. Beyond this point, other versions became the epicenters of modding activity during their time. Today, however, these versions are time capsules for modding activity, and were quite different to the modding versions of Minecraft today. If you want to see me cover these older major versions of modded Minecraft in a future video, please let me know. These are all the major mod versions in the current era of modern Minecraft, but if you feel that I missed one, let me know which version you think I missed. Evidently, there's been many major modding versions throughout Minecraft's time, each one offering options to play modern Minecraft. However, when it comes to choosing a version to play on, there's lots of points to consider. If you determine your plans for playing modded Minecraft, then your mod version will usually reveal itself. Should you need any assistance in this area, I believe this resource here may aid you in determining your modded goals, which in turn reveal the mod version you want to play on.